Howdy, IBCers. This is Ryan, and today I want to show you some of the basic features of the new IBC Connect tool and how to access them. So the first thing that you need to know is just how to get to the tool. You can do that from the church website, irvingbible.org, and you just scroll down to this link here that'll always take you there. Or you can go directly to the tool by typing into the address bar ibcconnect.org. That'll take you to this login screen. Now, I'm not going to log in as me because my account has a whole bunch of extra and confusing information because I'm a part of so many groups. There's actually a dummy account that we have used to test different things. So I'm going to log in as JDummy. And you'll see whenever I log in that it takes me to this home screen that has the logo here. Along this left side, it'll have some helpful links of where I can find groups or groups that I'm a part of. I can look for people by searching for a name. I can block out ways to serve, and I can times when I can serve or ways that I want to serve. I can also give online here. But we're not going to really go over those things today. Today what we're going to go over is all the menus under my profile here, under my settings. So here's my name. You can see that I'm logged in as JDummy. If I click that and click profile, here's the public information that I've made public, I've made available to anybody in the system. So you can see it's my phone number. If I had entered an email address for JDummy, the email address would appear here, my address. Here's my family information. Apparently I'm married to Kay, and Kay and I have two kids, Clay and Ray. Financial, my giving information, all that information is here in the profile. But this is not the place to change any information. Let me show you where to change your profile settings. You go to Edit Profile. And then here I can change name, phone number. If I get a new email address and I want to change it here, all that kind of information I can enter here. Let me direct your attention to this My Fit tab, because here I can also give a little bit more about my personality. What are my spiritual gifts, for instance? If you've been through Propel, and I definitely recommend that you go through Propel, you'll take a spiritual gifts inventory, and you can go in here to IBC Connect and connect that with your spiritual gifts so that the system, so IBC knows what your spiritual gifts are. That'll be handy because in the future we intend to use this to help match people to service opportunities, places for them to serve in the church based on their spiritual gifts. I can also check things that I'm interested in. If I love working with babies, I can check that. Or if I'm good at construction and I want to be a part of construction projects, I can check that. All that stuff is available under the My Fit tab. I can connect this to my social media accounts, so I can put my Twitter handle in there or any of those social media accounts. I can also just give more information about myself, which service I attend, and even my testimony and the date that I made a profession of faith and that kind of stuff. So I would encourage you to fill out as much of this as you can, as much as you know or you'd like to share, and just know that your information will be kept confidential. You have total control over who gets to see what information, and I'm going to show you that next. So let's go back to the settings menu. I showed you profile and edit profile. Let me show you privacy settings and communication settings. Privacy settings controls who can see what of that profile information I just showed you. So I can choose everybody on the system can see it. I can choose only people, my friends and people that are members of groups that I'm a part of can see it, or I can choose church leadership only. I would encourage you not to click this button, unlisted, because that's going to totally hide all your information from everyone, and that's kind of defeats the purpose of this system. What I would encourage you to do is go through here and on a more granular level decide who can see what parts of your information. So maybe you don't want everybody to see your birthday, but you want, okay, everybody can see my that I'm a guy and that I'm married, but I don't want everybody to see my anniversary, those kinds of things. Maybe I want anyone to have my email address, maybe friends and group members, but I don't want everybody to have my mobile phone, and so I'm going to set that to church leadership only. However you want to set those settings, you're in control of how anyone can find you on the system. But let me just encourage you to really think about making those settings for friends and group members or friends only as the default settings for most of your contact information, because that'll really make the system more useful for us to find one another, to find someone's phone number. If you know someone because you met them on, say the men's retreat, but you don't remember, you didn't get his phone number, and you want to contact him for some reason, the system, if we use it right, will sort of become a church directory. But you have control over what parts of your contact information get shared in the directory. That's that's privacy settings. Communication settings are more about how often the system is going to send you emails. And so, based on the for each group that you're a part of, if Jay Dummy was a part of a small group, for instance, or other groups, service teams, those would appear in other lines here. And he can decide, I want an email every time somebody sends a message to that group, or I want a weekly summary of all the activity in the group. You can enter your mobile number here and give us your carrier, and then we can use that to text you. Right now, the only ministry that's using the texting feature is Children's Ministry, and they use that to page parents on Sundays during the service, if their kid gets sick or something like that. So that's a helpful information for the system to use. I would encourage you not ever to click this box, though, because that completely removes your email address from the database. That's like the nuclear unsubscribe option, and we don't want anyone to click that. One more thing about unsubscribing and email settings. This is not related to This is not related to e-letters. So if you get the IBC e-letter or any ministry-specific e-letters like the home group's e-letter, you don't subscribe or unsubscribe to those here in this system. We use a different system called MailChimp for that for various reasons. So that's the communication and privacy settings. I showed you profile and edit profile. Another cool thing here is that you can give the system your availability to serve. So let's say that I know that I'm going to be out of town on certain dates. I can block out those dates and say, I'm not available to serve, for instance, February 8th through 12th. So then any ministry leader that's trying to schedule volunteers to serve on certain dates can look at that and say, oh, well, they're out of town that weekend. He can't serve in the ministry he normally serves in. So that's a really helpful tool as well. Finally, the last thing that's under the settings there is just resetting a password. So now this is where you go to reset a password. If you forgot your password, you can always you can reset a new one. Let me show you that. If you're not already logged in and you need to log in to reset your password, or you need to log in and you forgot your password, you can do forgot username and password here. And you'll be able to enter your email address, and the system will send you a new password. So those are some of the basic settings with IBC Connect. I would encourage you to log in and poke around and discover more of what the tool can do, because there really is a lot to learn. You're not going to break it, and if you have any questions at all, feel free to email me at rsanders@irvingbible.org. Thanks a bunch.